You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Now, the George Pickens trade happened, and a lot of people thought, including myself, okay, we're getting very close now, right? A lot of speculation out there, Antonio Brown, others, the deal's already in place. One person saying a handshake agreement had already been made between, I guess, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney II, Mike Tomlin. And now there's this thing from Colin Cowherd. And I have to admit, when I heard it, I was like, oh, that sounds ridiculous. Whether or not he would actually make a determination on whether or not to choose to play or retire based on primetime games. Now, number one, they're the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. If in case you don't know this, the Pittsburgh Steelers has one of the largest national fan base followings that there is. Pittsburgh Steelers getting 5 primetime games. All right. Duck Hodges could be choosing to come back around. Tommy Maddox, whatever rock he's hiding under right now, could come back to play quarterback. It's not going to matter. They're going to put the Steelers on TV. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. Why would he make that determination? He already knows that they're going to play 5 primetime games. So I do think that's ridiculous. However, he wasn't the first person to bring up schedule and the schedule release in regards to when we're going to find out about Aaron Rodgers. All right. Now, on May 1st, 8 days ago, Mike Florio floated it out there that Aaron Rodgers should wait to determine whether to come back or wait to announce to come back till after the schedule is released as a way to F you to the NFL brass. All right. I don't know if that's it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why he would want to do that. Aaron Rodgers made these comments last year about primetime games because, I mean, he was with the Jets. They were going to have plenty of primetime games. Rodgers shrugged it off when asked about the schedule. Quote, "I love it." He told Adam Shine of Sirius XM Mad Dog Radio, "We are must-watch television." Okay, and that's pretty obvious. Everybody knows that. Whether you love me or hate me, people want to see me play. They enjoy watching me play, and we are a team to watch this year. Not surprising. 6 primetime games in the first 11 or 12 weeks. I love it. Make it difficult. Okay, so that's what he said about primetime games last year. Now, this is wild. This is what Colin Cowherd said, and that's not Colin Cowherd. That's 93.7 The Fan, but they talk about what it is Cowherd said.
I heard something yesterday that we cannot ignore. Colin Cowherd of Fox Sports says that he has heard that Rodgers does not want to sign with the Steelers until after the schedule release, and he
okay. Until the schedule is released, he would not sign with the Steelers.
Wants to see how many primetime games the Steelers are playing. And if they're playing a bunch of 1 p.m. games, then he'll sign here. If they're playing a bunch of primetime games, he will not.
Okay, so if they're playing a bunch of primetime games, he would, or if he's playing a bunch of primetime games, he'll choose to retire, I guess, unless he's got another offer out there to play that we don't know about. I mean, is it? I don't know. I don't want to speculate that the Vikings are in on this or whatever. Let's just say he doesn't. He decides, okay, all these primetime games, I'm retiring. I want to play 1 o'clock games. Number one, I think it's ridiculous. Number two, he already said last year in regards to the Jets, he didn't give a shit. Number three, again, like I just talked about, it's the Steelers. They're going to have 5 primetime games, and I would suspect if all these people think that there's an agreement in place of some kind with the Steelers already, well, the schedule makers know that too. So is there a chance the Steelers are going to get 5 or 6 primetime games? Very possible. Now, how they load those games, I don't know. Now, back to Florio, okay? Mike Florio just said a couple of days ago, I can't remember if it was the George Pickens trade podcast or if they were talking about something else. But he come out and said a couple of days ago that he knows, or he was told, that Aaron Rodgers is in fact waiting till the schedule release before he announces his return. That somebody told him Aaron Rodgers is waiting for the schedule release before he's going to announce his return. I don't know why that is. I don't know what that's got to do with. But that's interesting because I do think what Cowherd is saying is absurd. On one hand, the determination whether to retire or play. But Cowherd is saying Aaron Rodgers is waiting for the schedule to drop. Mike Florio a couple of days ago, and you would have to go back, it was during a PFT live broadcast, their television show that's on every day, or streaming show. And then I listened to it on pod. And it was just it wasn't even what it was about. He just dropped that nugget in there that he was told Aaron Rodgers was waiting for the schedule to be released. That was 2 or 3 days ago, and I took note of it in case I wanted to throw it into a video. But that is interesting that is 2 different people. Now, look, when it comes to, well, I was going to say, when it comes to NFL insiderdom, I don't think we're exactly turning to Cowherd. But I will say this, he certainly got it all right with Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. But he had a relationship with Sean Payton, all right? Because they were working together at Fox. And so Cowherd was 110% right about all that. He called the Broncos, well, the season was, I mean, he knew, all right? So I don't know what's going on there, but it does seem that there is something surrounding Aaron Rodgers in the schedule release. What it is, I don't know. Some people even said that maybe he would consider announcing it right before the schedule release started just to suck some air away from the NFL, which is kind of interesting. I mean, that's kind of Aaron Rodgers would consider doing something like that. And honestly, that's why I kind of like him now. I'm big with the big mother FUs and all that to everybody that hates on him. That's weird how that, again, I used to not be a big fan. I've grown into a big fan. So I really want to see him play another season just to wash the bad smell of that Jets situation off his NFL carcass at this point, right? Whether or not it'll turn out better, I don't know, but I suspect that it will. All right. Anyway, I think that's interesting. 2 different people, 2 different pundits, both saying something's going on around Aaron Rodgers in the schedule. Do I think it's a make or break? No, I wouldn't think so. It just doesn't make sense to me. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.